97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock.
Hello, this is Michael Spedden, and thanks for joining us today on the 97underground.com Michael Spedden Interviews channel here on YouTube. There have been many requests from both listeners and guests for us to make available our artist interviews so they can listen again or share with others. You can find us on YouTube at 97underground Michael Spedden. Remember, the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Not only do I feature artist interviews, I feature songs you forgot you liked, classics that never die, beloved local, regional, up-and-coming, and underground artists. You can listen anytime, anywhere by downloading our free app from 97underground.com. Just do it. And now, today's episode. And welcome back to the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide, where we are sitting down with Maryland, PA line area band Push. We're glad to have George DeCampo with us today, Joe Holbrook, Ben Willard, and Geo. Welcome, guys. It's good to have you.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
So I understand you've got some pretty big plans for 2025. You're going to be doing some recording. You're preparing new material. Tell us all about this.
We are preparing for some outdoor summer concerts. We are writing some new material, and we're going to have our Mobocracy album, which is our third album, pressed on vinyl sometime later this summer. So that'll be a first for us. We got 3 albums out, but none on vinyl. So this will be the first one on vinyl. And I'm an old school guy. I love vinyl.
I want an 8-track.
You got to buy one. And so we're doing, we're rehearsing and getting spring and summer's coming, and we hope to be out there seeing all the women.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I think it's great that a lot of bands are starting to go back to the vinyl format now. I guess enough people kept their turntables, and enough people are starting to make new ones now that this is really coming back. And there's something about, and a lot of people have commented, growing up, of course there were the 8 tracks, but when I was, coming of age, that was kind of going out. You had your album. You went and bought an album. It was this big. You sat down, you could open it up. You could read things while you were, you could look at the artwork big. You don't have to, focus in on it. You could read the artwork, you could read the liner notes, and that was the whole experience while you had your headphones on listening to the album. And I think it's great that you're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. However, I am the only one in the band that actually reads. So,
Damn.
no, I'm kidding aside.
Rub it in.
I agree with you 100%. I bought vinyl way back in the day, and I can buy it now. I have a very extensive vinyl collection, and part of the enjoyment of that is laying back and reading the liner notes and looking at the stuff that they put in there. We're going to try to include a fold-out poster, and this. I'm a big Kiss fan, and I love the fact that they would put something in every one of their albums.
They sure did.
Special. So we're going to try to get a fold-out poster or something inserted. Keep it interesting.
This time
we can do like the Queen album, where we can all just get buck naked on a bike.
This time, have your pants on.
If you've never seen the jazz, the Night at the Opera, is it Night at the Opera or jazz? Where
I think it's jazz.
It has a poster of all those naked girls on the bikes. Has anybody heard of jazz? Yeah, that's a great.
I think it was later than Night at the Opera, because I think that was in 78 when they did that. I think Night at the Opera was 75.
Something like that.
Yeah. Because I remember, an interesting story about that album or that video shoot was the fact that the band had to buy all those seats for those bicycles because the rental company didn't want them back.
Oh no! I've never heard. Yeah. Well, have you seen the poster, right?
Yes.
I can understand why they wouldn't want them back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the band had to buy all those bicycle seats, and
I did not know that. That's an interesting fact. I didn't know that. Joe, have you ever seen that poster?
Yes, I have. Yep.
Okay, I got it upstairs. I'll have to show it to you. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but again, that was part of the experience. Kiss had posters, they had booklets, with the especially the Alive albums. They had
that was a great book.
they had like a photo album that came with it. I remember Love Gun actually had a paper love gun that you could cut out or something. And
you snapped it and the little bang came out of it.
right. And then there were so many more that did that as well. So I really think that's great that you're bringing back that experience, and hopefully it'll turn into something that stays. It doesn't just last for a while. It kind of sticks around.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little tired of doing the same thing, and it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just want to lay down and say I give up, but
right.
Going.
Well, we're being in music. It's an ever changing format. It's an ever changing world. From musicians. I mean, we can remember, years ago when I was playing, we would be, we all had double cassette decks, and in every spare moment we had at home, we were dubbing cassette tapes to take out with us while we were giving out flyers or to sell at shows.
Right.
And I've had a lot of bands on the show with great stories about that, how, they would go out and, a bunch of them were roommates, and they went out and bought like a 9 cassette deck, 9 of them. So you put 9 tapes in and you can dub one of them. And it was everybody's job before they left the house to either put a new tape in or flip the one over and record more of them. And that's how they got, that's kind of multitasking in the 80s and 90s, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've thrown out, and I know we've all given out more CDs than we can count.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them away. Just throw them out.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get the music out there and get people to hear it. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this, and they're probably going to shudder when I say it, but I think some of the stuff that we have on the Friction and the Mobocracy album is as good, if not better, than a lot of the stuff that's being played on the air and around.
I've heard some of it. Ben had sent me a couple of the songs, and I've actually spun them on the show, and they sounded great. I thought the material was really good, and I think it's great that you're getting the material out there, and it is a challenge, to get people to pay attention to you, especially in this market. I mean, there is a good following for music out here, but unless you're out there, and I'm not trying to belittle anybody's band, but there's so many bands out there that are just like tribute to this, tribute to that, and that's all fine and good. To do that is certainly not without talent. It's not, it's certainly not without talent. It's certainly not without skill. You got to have good chops to do it well. But I mean, I really, especially, it's been getting into my age group, I'll just put myself in there. If I were still playing, I wouldn't want to spend my remaining days pushing somebody else's music. I want to leave my own mark on the world. Do you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We still throw a cover in here, and
sure,
and there once in a while, and it's stuff that we'd like to play,
not
like the new whatever songs out that everybody wants to hear. Back when I was doing covers, I mean, we were basically playing stuff, and I'm sure everybody here is the same, playing stuff that they that they wanted to hear, and the band was like background noise for I felt in the cover band scene,
right?
For playing pool and trying to pick up a chick or doing whatever you're doing. And,
yeah.
I always felt like the band was background noise a lot of the times. And I got to be honest with you, if I would have had to play "Pour Some Sugar on Me" one more time, I might have committed Harry Carey because
brutal.
Yeah, it's just like, do I have to play this again tonight?
Right. And I guess too, if you were getting booked through an agency and they have you regularly booked in these venues, that's what these venues are expecting you to do.
Yes.
And you're under.
And that's what was going on. We were being booked by an agency, who I'm not going to name.
Right,
and,
right.
They at one point were telling us what they wanted us to play, and I'm just like, okay, that's I'm not doing that anymore.
Right.
Writing your own music. The first album was cool. The second album was even better, and now that we have 3 out, we have a lot of material to draw from, which really freed up the set list a lot. And it's so much more freeing to do that than it is to play, Bon Jovi again, who I can't, whatever.
Understood.
Whatever the nameless song is. It's just, to me, it would be hard to go back to being in a full cover band.
I understand. I get it. So speaking of original material, why don't we give one of your songs a spin here? One of them you had, wanted to play today was "Give Me Up." Tell me about that.
I wrote that. What is this? 2025. I wrote that. I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Last night.
One of the couple years ago.
Not last night. A couple of years ago.
Like probably 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know. Maybe.
It's probably been 6 years.
And
Yeah, probably about 6 years.
It's kind of a personal, lyric wise. It's kind of a personal song. Musically, I think it's Kiss meets. I don't know. What do you guys think? Kiss meets Godsmack?
Meets nobody. It's us.
It's us.
Yeah, it's us.
All right, I stand corrected.
Okay, well here we are. Let's give it a listen. This is "Give Me Up" by Push. So tell me, when did this come together? When did you guys come together as a band?
Um, well, this particular lineup has been
Yeah,
together.
that's what I meant. This particular. Yeah.
Yeah, this particular lineup has been together for about a year and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
Taking Ben out of the equation, George, Joe, and me, probably several, which makes Ben the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also the old guy because he fits right in pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking at it in terms of new guy, old guy who's been. I'm looking at it in terms of do we mesh? Do we play well together? And there's some stuff that Ben's doing that our previous bass player that Ben is actually doing better. And there's been a few things where I've had to fire Ben and having fire Ben.
You see the hook mark on my neck, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, the core of the band's been together for several years, if not longer.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I started it, so along the way, a member has changed here and there, but for the most part, this lineup's been like a year and a half or two.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, what's inspired? What inspires you? What influences your writing? What inspires you? Your playing? What you contribute to the songs? I guess we can kind of go around the group and ask that.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Start with me.
Yeah.
My big influences are probably, I say AC/DC is a big one.
Sure.
Metallica, Black Sabbath. They're my big three.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, George.
Mine would be probably like Deftones and Tool and
Wham.
yeah, Wham. I mean the older
Wham
stuff,
Club,
the older
yeah.
stuff too, like the original drummer for like Jimi Hendrix and those kind of styles with drum fills and stuff. So,
Okay.
Ben.
yeah.
I was a metal bass player for many years, so my influences are like Steve Harris, Cliff Burton. I also have the Billy Sheehan, Rudy Sarzo. That's kind of where I go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Hey, those are all great.
I met Rudy Sarzo.
He's
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah, very quiet.
Yeah, short too.
I'm different because I'm a little older than these three. So, God, I can't believe I just said that out loud. But
Truth hurts.
My main three influences would be Kiss, early Aerosmith, 1980 and under.
Yeah. Right.
I don't
Right.
like the Love in the Elevator stuff,
looks like
but
Elation.
I love the Toys in the Attic,
Oh,
Get
great
Your
album.
Wings, rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I love the early British movement with Bowie and Mark Bolan and T-Rex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Slider album is maybe in one of my all-time favorite albums. Let's do that. My best three albums are Kiss Alive, T-Rex, The Slider, and maybe Get Your Wings by Aerosmith. Maybe sprinkle in some Cheap Trick and Queen in there.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Those are all I'm that mid to late 70s influence stuff that I really, really love.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Nobody can touch the 70s when it comes to rock. Nobody.
I agree. And well, you'd love my show then. You'd love my show because I usually do a set of that era. The kind of the.
I'm already listening to your show.
Well, great. Well, see, there you go. And I can't take credit for you liking that, but I think maybe it keeps you tuning back to me, I guess, huh?
So we got a little bit of a mix here as far as influence goes. I mean, but the reality of it is, it all kind of comes together under the banner of rock and roll.
Okay.
I mean, I never really understood. Oh, that's grunge. That's heavy metal. That's rock. I know. It's rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, let's spin another one here. This is called "Fire in the Sky." What can you tell me about this one?
Well, this song is Joe. You're chuckling. What do you want to say about it?
A song we made you resurrect.
Yes, yes. I had written this a while ago, and we were searching for some tracks for the Mobocracy album, and I played this for them, and I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't think I want to resurrect this one, and they basically
Pretty much.
beat me until I agreed to re-record it,
Wow.
resurrect it, because I had written it, but I had never really done anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, you know how bands, when somebody dies and then suddenly all the stuff comes out that they had in their archives.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of an archive where I've written stuff and I just never did anything with it.
Sure,
This,
sure.
this was basically pulled out of my archive by these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I could have not redone it and lived. I could have lived without resurrecting it, but they really wanted to do it. So, and it turned out great.
Yeah, it sure did. I sure did. So this is Fire in the Sky by Push. So tell us about where we can find out more about Push. Let's tell us where we can find your music, dates that you may have, where we can get merch, or your social media, all those things. Go.
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 Oh, me. I don't know why they don't want to talk, because now I feel like. Anyway, pushkicksass.com. You can go visit that, and that is our official webpage. And from there, it has all the links. Our YouTube, we have plenty of videos up, a couple of videos for songs off of each album. It has links to our Facebook page, where you can find our dates when we get them, and other other random stuff about what we're doing. And it has it has all the links, our social, all of social media, our videos, our YouTube. So pretty much the pushkicksass.com will get you everywhere.
Okay.
It even has a link right there where you can buy the albums.
Oh, great. So,
right there on the site, and you can get all that stuff right there on the site.
You can find us on Touch Tunes?
Oh,
Jukebox?
yeah. Our Mobocracy album's actually on the Touch Tones jukebox in all the bars across the country, actually, from what I'm told.
oh, great.
And then our Friction album and our Mobocracy album they're everywhere that you can download or stream music. Amazon,
Wonderful.
Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Deezer. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? Is it Deezer or Dozer?
That's basically
No,
like
Dozer was the
Yeah,
guy
Geezer.
from it was that Kung Fu movie, Part 3. Dozer.
Oh, Karate Kid.
No,
I watch shit like that.
no, the guy with the glasses, Morpheus.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no,
Morpheus,
the movie.
Oh, Matrix.
Matrix.
There you
Yes,
go, there you
yeah. Dozer was.
I'm so
one
far
of
out
the
of the movies. I ain't never had one.
Mortal Kombat. Hell out of here. So yeah, you can stream our music or download it everywhere. It's everywhere.
Okay.
And Push Kicks Ass will get you everywhere. It will take you to all our social media.
Even after dinner if you want.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. And so that's what you want to do, to find us, to find out who we are, and to download the music or even order a CD.
Sure. So you can order your merch, find out about future shows. I know you have a couple. I think a couple aren't written in stone yet, but you are working on a few of them right now.
We're working on spring and summer. We're just waiting on what's the word? Confirmations.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, folks, make sure you get out and check out Push sometime soon. Pushkicksass.com for merch, for dates, for everything you want to know about Push. It's all right there. And guys, thank you for joining us today on the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com. And hopefully we'll be seeing you all soon, and you'll definitely be hearing your material on the Back of the Rack. So folks, make sure you tune in for that. So we will be back.
It's been
Go ahead.
pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Come back anytime you have something to tell us. We'll be glad to hear you and have you on. So folks, we will be back right after these words. You're listening to the Michael Spedden Show, the Back of the Rack on 97underground.com. Don't go anywhere. And thanks again for listening to 97 Underground, the Michael Spedden interviews, and we hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, download the free app from 97underground.com so you can listen to us wherever you go. The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Listen anytime, anywhere. Metal.
Metal.
Worldwide metal 24/7. 97underground.com.